the next thing we're going to want to do is add plants. Now, of course, we could create a scratch layer, we could make it as points, and we can click around the map, and that works really well if you want to randomly place plants. But very often we want to be able to put plants on the boundary or create an orchard, and you want to distribute them along a road, that kind of thing. And adding them as dots is really painful, particularly if you want them spread out evenly. So I'll show you a trick. We'll create a new scratch layer, and we'll call it plants. We're going to create it as a multi-line. So not as dots, we'll create it as multi-line. And I'll just quickly create some boundary plants here. And right click. So that'll be a hedge that we're going to put in. What I then do is install a plugin. So the plugin is called qchainage. So you want to do a search on qchain, find that plugin, do an install, and we then go to vector, qchainage, and we're going to say that we want to plant, say, every 5 meters as an example. The output layer name, we'll call it hedge, and I click OK. Now if I zoom in here, what you're going to see is all these dots along the line. What's really cool is I can come in here and I can change the diameter to be something like what the plants are going to be. So it's going to be 5 meters when they're fully grown. You get this representation of what it's actually going to look like. And what's terrific is you could say, if you're doing this for somebody else, you could do one, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 5, and so on, and change the diameter of these, and you get a really good impression of what it will look like over time. Now, one trick I did find with qchainage, so I will show you this, is when you want to make this layer permanent. So at the moment it's a scratch layer, so if we save, it'll be gone. So we're going to click on it, right click, and then we're going to say make permanent. If you just try and save this, you're going to get an error. So I'll show you Edge 2, the trick. When you use qchainage, it fills out the FID, so this unique identifier, but it creates it the same for every single item, which will actually throw you this weird error. So what you want to do is the unique identifier, you just want to make sure that you give it a brand new name, one that's never seen before, and then QGIS will automatically create incremental numbers for it. And it's as simple as that, so super simple. So click OK, and now our hedge is saved and it's a permanent layer. We can continue on. Another neat trick is you can do show feature count, and now we know that we need 432 hedge plants. So really, really simple. Now, of course, when you end up creating lots of different plants, you're probably going to want to be able to turn them on and off. So you create a group, and we'll call that group plants, and we'll drag the hedge into that group. And then we can very simply, at the top, I can very simply turn off all of the plants in there by clicking on the group name. So there you go. Oh, and of course, if you want to add single dot plants in, we just create a scratch layer, and the scratch layer would simply be points, and then you would add them in. Simple as that.